Good morning, Optimists. It is Monday, May 22nd, 2023, and we're going to jump into the market here in just a moment. I think there's definitely some stuff. I thought there's very little going on, actually, I think, in the news today, but there is some Fed meeting stuff today, I believe. So look at the economic calendar of the day. Today, here we are, Monday, May 22nd. We've got James Bullard speaking today, Mary Daly, and Raphael Bostic, and Tom Barkin speaking today. So we have a bunch of the Fed presidents speaking today. We got St. Louis, San Francisco, Atlanta, and Richmond all speaking today. That's going on at 5:30, 8 o'clock, and 8:05. So that's what's going on today. Tomorrow, we've got the Fed Pres for Dallas, Lori Logan speaking. And then tomorrow, though, we've got PMI data for the S&P and new home sales. So I think tomorrow, Tuesday, we'll have some good amount of volatility. Then we've got the minutes for the FOMC meeting on Wednesday, so probably expect a fair amount of volatility on Wednesday. Thursday, we've got second reading of GDP, initial jobless claims. That always creates some volatility in the market. Then we got the Richmond Fed again, and then pending home sales. So I think, and then Friday looks like we have a ton of stuff dropping. Friday, we've got durable goods. We've got personal income and personal spending reports, PCE index, the core PCE. We've got the year over year, a bunch of the PCE reports coming out on Friday, and then advanced U.S. trade balance and goods, retail inventories, wholesale inventories, and consumer sentiment. So Friday, expected a lot of volatility. And a fair amount of volatility leading up until Friday. I think today is going to be one of the best days that we're going to get in terms of steady price movement. What up, Tiny? Wonderful to see you here. What up, Kevin? Happy to see you here too. I hope you had a great, wonderful, restful weekend. Let's see what's going on in the old market. So I was trading some oil on Friday. Friday I had a pretty bad day on stream. I was able to make up around $400 of that in my Apex account, but continued the losses in my Elite Trader funding account on my 100K static. So I had a really good day on the on Friday on the 50K account on Elite Trader Funding, $628.80 on that one. So we had some really awesome trades on this. Some bad trading on the 100K account. It's kind of all over the board. We do have some new tunes today. Hope y'all like it. Looks like here on the 1 minute chart on oil, we're getting a reasonable little push up here, just up to like 71.91. Probably have some resistance here at 72, maybe 71.93 or so. I'm gonna join the bid on this, try and get in at 89. Put this over here.
Order filled.
I'm in one contract here on oil on my Elite Trader Funding static account, looking for 3 ticks to the upside. So looking to get out at 71.92. There's 91. I'll try and sell it at 91.
Order filled.
Got out at 91. Made $14.08 on that after fees. Glad I got out at 91 on that one. I don't really intend on trading oil today necessarily. Let's see what's going on on the ES. I haven't actually taken a look at the ES today. We did get a 10-second breakout here. We're hanging above 4,200. Actually surprising that we're holding that range. High of the day is 42.2175. So we look at the 20-second chart, which actually has a some movement inbound. I'm gonna jump to my 50K account. Look for 3 contracts here at about 42.10.
Order filled.
In 3 contracts at 42.10 on the 20-second chart. Looking to get out at 42.11. Down slightly. 9 is above 12. And we're just crossing over the 200 moving average. The 50 is on the way above the 200 moving average. Not quite there yet. I feel a little off on trading today. Just a little out of sorts, slightly. Not over. Just need to kind of get in the motion. It's Monday. Y'all know how that is. It was 42.10.50, so 2 ticks on that. We're about 65 cents diverged. I think that we will pop up here. You can see there's a lot of resistance right here at 42.11, and definitely a lot of resistance right here at 11.50. Moving averages are going in the right direction though, so we're holding this trade. Seems like a reasonable entry point, but it's also kind of almost a rejection entry point or a resistance entry point. Wow, that's quite the pullback there. I don't like that. Oops, that's oil. So this stopped at 10.25, 10.50 on this trade here at the moment. Currently down 187.50 on this. We are above the VWAP. We are on the 5200 cross on the 10-second chart. Trying to figure out what I want to do with this. That's a little too much of a pullback. It's definitely past a 1-to-1 ratio. It's 10 ticks down. Now 8 ticks down. I think overall this is going to turn out well, just because I see the 22nd on the inbound. But I think that could have traded this a little bit more cautiously. I'm gonna go for a single tick or a single contract here off 209.
Order filled.
In 1 contract on 209, trying to get out at 209.75. On that single contract. I just realized this was a green candle on a red TTM. Currently sitting down 300 in this. What's our trailing max at? Trailing max at 17 something. Should be okay at the moment. I realized I bought at resistance there at 42.10. I didn't take my time to do my tech analysis. I also realized that. But taking a look at it, I feel okay about this trade. I don't feel great, but I don't feel bad either. So I feel okay at the moment. I do need to see this 9 get the back above 12. On the 10-second chart here, coming down, tapping that volume weighted average price. Drop below it. There's a 200 moving average. Down $500 in this trade. $100 don't really want to have to come back from this, but I'll do what I got to do. So it's basing this a lot on the 20-second chart. ES is up about $1.50 on the day. Trailing max currently at 14.89. Still holding through this because of the buildup on the 20-second chart, which is where 875 and 975. So they're $1 apart. Pulling back up there to 850. Keep an eye on this 10-second chart here. I want to see that 912 crossover and a cyan switch here. So we're at TTM 0.5. Gotta get to like 0.1 here in the next probably 20 seconds. Breaking down below the 200. We can't have that. So 7 1/4, 0.4 on TTM, 0.4 on the new candle. The bottom of this was at 206.25. Now 0.3 on this. TTM 0.43. We got to get above like 0.25. Really just into a cyan switch, but it's kind of looking like there's a little bit of some stair stepping going on. I'm going to review the 20-second chart. So we have the 50 moving average at 850 and the 200 moving average at 955. So they kind of diverged a little bit, somewhat rejecting the breakout there. If we don't bounce right here, I'm out. All right, I'm out. Losses grew pretty substantially on this.
Order filled.
I caught that. That was like $1,000 loss. It really didn't need to be that. I don't think I managed my risk very well, number one, because I should have broke it or cut it when it dropped below VWAP. I guess the other thing too is I think I was hopeful of the 5200 cross actually coming through on the 20-second chart, but in reality that's not really the case here. So we had this V shape here in the back. Now 1022 left on the trailing max. It's okay. I think that we'll be able to work around it, but clearly I need to kind of get in the groove of the day. And I'm going to watch the 1 minute chart right here to look for a move like this one, where we had this big drop and then we had a big pop off that. That dropped down to 41.94. I still think this is kind of bullish on the day. It's currently flat in terms of the price action. Well, actually, I don't know. This looks like it's headed towards a downward cross. TTM looks bearish here. I'm gonna watch the 10-second chart. Boom, boom. Yeah, that's looking more bearish. You see there's a downward cross there. Okay. So, yeah, can't be scared to fail. Search for perfection. Know what I'm saying? Got to move forward. The only direction. Can't be scared to fail. Search for perfection. I think you need to chill as far as trading goes. Wait for my setup. So that's what we're gonna do. There's a nice short there. I actually think that this is gonna be like, this looks very bearish to me right now. So rejected this 20-second move that it was setting up here. And I realized also too that I took this based off anticipation. And we had a tiny little profit ability to get out here, but never hit 42.11. And now we're pretty far diverged, about $2. So this looks more bearish to me. I'm gonna drop down to 2 contracts, and I might look for some short opportunities potentially right here. And I'm gonna go to 3 ticks, not 4. And I was looking potentially for the rejection there off the 9 EMA, which was right at 204, and pulled down all the way to 202. So that definitely had the range and the ability to be able to grab that. So I wonder if this is going to be the new bottom here. We're going to look for 4,200 to be support. But this looks, yeah, it's looking more and more bearish as time goes on. Red to yellow move, I think, is what we need to see here on the 1 minute chart. That was a pretty nice short rejection there off the 9 EMA. What's going on back at oil? Totally gave up the gains here from Friday and then some. Why is it moving like to the back of the chart? Oil dropped pretty substantially from when we just traded it. Why is it moving so far back? Maybe you can get there faster like this. I should have like a snap to current button or something. I don't even know where I'm at. Finally. Dang. Getting a little science switch there on oil. Don't really trust that. Oil's down about 9 cents. But I had a pretty far drop down here, about 20 cents. It looks like it's gonna pop back up, but yep, there's the pop up. For this, I want to see the 912 get above the 35 right here. And then the ES, I'll just keep an eye here on the price ladder and see if we get a bounce off 4,200. If we get above like 4,205 in the ES, I'll look at some more bullish action on it. Probably gonna jump back and forth between oil and the ES, honestly, for a lot of the day. Just because we've been getting, I've been kind of watching oil. I traded it some over on Friday and was able to make a reasonable amount of money back. the price action is just kind of predictable on it, which is, I think, really cool. Okay, so this is popping right here. Join the bid there.
Order filled.
In 3 contracts, 3 contracts on oil.
Order filled.
And I'm looking to get out at 71.69, in long at 71.66. This popped up to 71.70. There's
filled.
That. So that's 3 times 3 is 90 bucks. So made 90 back minus fees. Big drop off there. Big sell off. I'm just gonna chill. Going slow today. Let's go slow. Huh? What y'all think? Yes, and bearish, but finding some support here. Right here on 202, finding some support. Oil finds some support on VWAP. I don't know why it has me so far away. I'm like days away. Yes, down at like 201.50. There we go. There was a nice big spike right there on oil. Found support off VWAP there, 71.57, bounced all the way up to 71.74. It's actually a really massive move. Here's a sign switch here on oil. 71.70 kind of acting as some resistance here. And we have moving average crossover inbound about 13 cents away on this. ES currently at 42.0150, probably finding some support in that zone. Take a look at the ES. Yeah, ES on approach for a 5200 cross. Current diversion on 10-second chart is about $4, so ways off on this before the ES does that move. The oil move looks faster. Just one of the reasons why I'm watching it first. What up, Critter? Been lurking, but busy day ahead. Gotta take off. No worries, homie. No worries. Thank you. I appreciate the well wishes. It's a pretty nice pop here off of 64, 65 area on oil, moving up to about 72, 73. and then the sell off again. I hope you have an awesome day, Critter. So down 950 on Elite Trader Funding. Started the day up 628.80 in the account. Now down 678.72. Took a $1,000 loss on the first trade. Unfortunately, these things happen. Ain't no thing. We'll get back. Gonna be a lot of diligence getting back though. ES holding really strong at 4,200. You can see it's held on pretty well at this level. I think that this may be one of the areas of low. I don't know that we're going to drop below 4,200. Bounce there again on 42. ES is currently about $3 diverged on the 5,200 moving average. Let's see if I can set an alert here for the ES to get above 4205. Rejected off 4,200. Heading back to oil. Rejected off of 7170 and pulled down below VWAP on oil. And these are 76 and 63, 13 cents still. Now 14 cents. What up, Origin? The sleepers is more fitting than the lurker. Maybe a ghost. Yo, Origin, man. I was checking out that the music over the weekend, man. It was good. I dug it. Medusa KB. It was I was just chilling, like listening to that and just learning. Just spent a lot of the weekend just learning. But yeah, I dug it. I appreciate the tunes. I added a couple of new tracks this morning to this soundtrack. I think this is one of them right here. This is one that's currently playing. It just ended. Let's see. So the ES is bouncing off 4,200. I'm gonna take a look at the 10-second chart of the ES. All right, 10-second chart is a lot closer now. We got 205.94 on the 200 moving average and 201.80 on the 200. On the 50 moving average. I did bounce off 4,200 like we thought. It pulled back to 41.98, so that would have been an 8-tick drop followed by a bounce from 98 all the way up to 203, 204. So that's like 20 ticks rip right there. Really nice move. I did trade over aggressively in the open, like right when I first started here. So that put me down $1,000 and need to work my way back up from that. Nice rip right there. I was just about to look for a 5 contract move for like 7 ticks for this. That was a massive rip. Huge amount of that was 5,000 contracts there in that 10-second move. Coming up to the volume weighted average price here. We used to trade 5 contracts all the time. It was like a really common thing for me. And we'd get pretty close to earning funding several times with it. So 20-second chart on the way for the crossover as well. This looks like an ascending wedge here, and we're running into resistance on both the 200 moving average and the VWAP. So I'm not going to go long here. I'm going to wait until I'm a little bit, like, honestly, I wouldn't mind a little rejection down to about 205. $200 moving average at 206. Let's jump to the 10-second chart. 9 and 12 are getting above the 200 moving average. We've got divergence there of about $2.25. The 20-second chart is even closer. WeBull yelling at me. I think WeBull's giving away like 20 free stocks right now if you guys sign up. If you guys fund it with like $100, you get like 20 free stocks. I'm not sure if that's the current one, but that's what I remember seeing. So they're gonna go in long here. You need to wait just a little bit. Or if we can get a pullback to like 205. I want to see this crossover happen though before I actually take this move. I don't want to wreck my account. I already kind of hit a pretty bad trade right in the beginning, so I'm gonna come back from that. That's the intention. 205.50 was the drop. It did come down to 205 and a quarter, and then we pull back up to 206.50. So about 4-tick move. We've got to watch this because of the volume weighted average price here on the 10-second chart. So just waiting at the moment. And 20-second chart is diverged about $2. Back to the 10-second. Oh, massive rip. Man. Not going to fall for it. Not yet. 9 is above 12, though. That was a nice rip, though. From 206 all the way up to 208.50. So just over 8 ticks there. 10 ticks. Currently, we're about 80 cents diverged on the 5,200 moving average. Nine is above 12. 35 is now getting above the 200 moving average. This looks really solid. See if we get a pullback. Oh. All right, I'm in 5 contracts at 207.75. I'm gonna look for a move up to 209.50. Basically, a test of 2,000 or of 210. Just took that trade off there. So we got 3 ticks on that. Glad I took the trade off. We made a couple $100 on that one. I'm gonna reduce this from 7 ticks down to probably 5. I think 7 just seems a little excessive. It could go against me pretty quickly, so I don't really want to mess with that. There's the 20-second crossover there. And we are trading larger size right now. I want to see a pullback to 750. I don't know if we're going to get it, though. But we did get this crossover here. Phone keeps lighting up. I flipped it over, so I gotta see it. Slight camera adjustment. What up, Ollie? Good to see it. Ah, dude, that was the long right there. That was the one. 9 EMA bounce. Little mofo. All right, so you look at the 20-second chart. We are on approach for this crossover here. You can see the TTM is on decline. Last time we took this trade in anticipation for this and lost $1,000. So not gonna hit that yet. It did pull up to that 2010. Looks like we could have held on this trade here for the full 7 ticks. I really would like to see a pullback though. I want to see a pullback and consolidate around like 7. So I want this to actually reject off 2010 or 210 and pull back to like 207 or 208 area. This range right above the VWAP, but below the 9 and 12 would be preferred. There's a crossover there. When they drop those contracts, man, they drop them fast. Ascending wedge on the 1 minute side. So we may get a pullback. Yeah, again, to about 207, 208. There is a 5200 moving average cross on the 1 minute side on approach. There's a pull all the way up to 4212. Wow. Man, I missed out. Feeling a little bit of FOMO here. I should have just bought on my my moving average crossover right there. Like right there. Ran it up $4. I'm going to take a breath. Let's take a little bit of a breather. I was waiting for a pullback right here, and it just didn't happen. It ripped again. So that additional pullback, though, would have given me a lot more confidence for an upward move. So now I'm just going to look at taking like 3 tickers. Last time we rejected pretty heavily at 10, at 42.10. We did get the crossover in the 20-second chart, though. I really would like to actually see pullback. When it just rips endlessly, it makes me more nervous, not less. We made some of our losses back on that first trade. We're still down about $800. Here's a pullback to 42.10. Let's see if we pull back to about 975. I'll put 5 contracts hanging out at 975 for a... Actually, I don't want that. It might work, but I exited before it entered. But I actually thought that we might pull back to like 4209. Basically, I saw the TTM here and I was like, oh, yeah, I don't know about that. There's a 912 cross there on the down. So it did pull back to 09. So here's what I'm going to wait for. We're finally getting pullback, thankfully. What I'm going to wait for here now is for this to bounce off this EMA 50. And then I think that we'll get a nice size move off that. I'm going to look for red to yellow on the 10-second chart. Not quite there yet. This found resistance at 1125. Joining the bid here.
Order filled.
And 5 contracts at 975 immediately dropped on me. Damn it. Gotta cut that already. It did pull back up slightly. See if we bounce here. We gotta get back above the 50. Hands over the cover button. I'm ready to cut this. Okay, there we are. Popping back up. I didn't expect the drop before the pop. I was expecting to just kind of pop right there, but I still think this is an okay at the moment. We got to get back above the EMA 35 though. Okay. And I'm looking to get out at 1050. This is running into some resistance at 4210. I'm gonna put my exit at 4210, which would only be a single tick. So in my opinion, not a great trade. I actually should have gone for more like the bounce off the 50, not off the 35. It's a lot of selling pressure. I'm out.
Order filled.
Took another loss on that one. Back down below 1,000. I'm gonna jump to my Apex side. Day still looks pretty bullish to me, though. Yeah, you're right. Fast up can mean fast down. I totally agree with that. That's why I was looking for that pullback for so long. This is ETF on Apex.
Order
And
filled.
3 contracts here at 950. Once again, I'm looking for a move up to 1050. It's 925 was the actual entry, or 09. Kind of struggling today, I think. Currently at a 1-to-1 on this. This range here. It feels to me like today is like I just need to get a couple of green trades in the books. You know what I'm saying?
Order filled.
Made 141 on that one on Apex side. I just feel like I need to get a few green trades in the books today. Like that's what it feels like to me. I don't know. High up here is at 42.21. I have a lot of tension in my neck today. I'm not holding it there, I think. New science switch on 20-second chart. 9 is about 12. This looks better now. Guess I shouldn't have cut the other one on ECF side, but you know. TTM's at 0.4. I was considering a move from 10.25 up to 11. I guess that would have worked. I hesitated on it. I didn't take it just because I'm like, look, 11 and 10. This whole area has been a really strong resistance zone. Which is why I was like, I don't know. But I guess so. Switching to the 1 minute side, it looks like we actually have a crossover inbound on here. I think I'll close down the oil trading. Add a few ES charts. You try to be slow sometimes, man. All right. Let's see. Come on. We can change the chart already. Come on. Come on. Any day now. Trying to change this to like a 3-minute chart, but it won't give me the option here. Like all the menu items that show up on the left, just not there. There. Apparently I needed to interact in some capacity. All right, so we got the 10, 20, 1, 3, 5, and 15. A long-term ABCD pattern here on the 5-minute chart, which means this area likely is going to act as support. We're going to pull back up to like 15 or so. Where's my TTM? Come on. This thing is so slow. Okay, TTM stacking. This looks pretty good for a long-term break. And the ABCD pattern is setting up nicely. So bounce off of like 850 or 9. Looks like a good area. TTM's at 2.8. That'd be right on, I don't know, our view up's over there. So there is the 5200 cross on the 1 minute side. And 1 minute's pulled back kind of heavily on the TTM. But this looks like we're going to get a bounce around this area. We did have a pullback there to 950. It looked like a reasonable entry point. Yeah, I did make some money back on Apex on Friday, about $400. But I did take a massive hit on Friday. 1207 loss on the stream. Made about $400 on that. $400 back on that. And so still end of the day about down $800, but not bad. I had a really great day on Elite Trader funding. I was up 628.80, but I gave all that back this morning with one trade that went against me kind of heavily, and I didn't cut it fast enough. Yeah, just kind of poor risk management on my behalf in some capacities. So I actually think this looks like a reasonable entry point here because we've got this crossover here. We've got the ABCD patterns on the longer term charts. I should have taken that pullback. It's not too late, but it's a little late. I'll put the entry here at 975. Took it off. TTM's still on the decline. There is this crossover. I don't know. I'm gonna watch the 10-second chart. Okay, 10 seconds getting new cyan. I'll guide my entry a little bit better. So you're gonna try to enter here at 1025. Nothing. I get, and then at 1075. Currently 11. I think we have room up to like 15.
Order filled.
In at 1075 on somewhat of a pullback. I guess 1025 would have worked. We're gonna get out at 1175. In 3 contracts. There's going to be some resistance here at 1125, but I don't think it's going to be overly strong. So that tap our sell order. There's
filled.
Our sell. That's 4 ticks. We're up here at 1451, 28 in the account, up 282 on the day in Apex. And jump to Elite here for a second. See what we got going on the 20-second chart. I'm back on the Apex side at the moment. Charts are loading really slow for me today. I don't think I have too many things open. It's pretty much just trading in the internet, the browser. TTM's at 0.8. This looks like a like some pullback before a rip. I say that because 1 minute side, I'd really like to see a cyan happen on the 1 minute. But I think that we have room up to like 42.15. We are on this longer term breakout here. This looks like a 1 minute pullback. We might get a 1 minute pullback, and then all right, so let's watch this next candle. I think this one's kind of important. This could be a 3-minute pullback, but I honestly would like to see a 1-minute pullback and then a 1-minute candle to make a new high. CTM's at 0.7. Breathe. We still have this ABCD pattern formation here, and CTM's still stacking up on the 3-minute chart. 925 is where the 9 EMA is on the 3-minute. So this ABCD, really, we'd be looking for a rip up to like, not probably this high, but like 42.15, like this right here. Yeah, right there at about 15. There's the A, the B, the C. I guess this is D, and then this is like the more or less the pullback on this. So I don't know. It looks to me like there's gonna be a rip. It's just a matter of when. I mean, maybe it's not a matter of when. Maybe it'll just flip down, but CTM still reducing. Oil ripping shorts his faces off. I traded a little bit of oil. We do have a fair amount of traders watching today. So if y'all optimists wouldn't mind hitting that like button. We do have 7 people here right now. So if we can get at least 7 likes on the vid, that'd be awesome. I did trade a little bit of oil and had some decent results on it from what I traded earlier. Yeah, oil's back up there almost at 72. That was a pretty badass run right there. There's that the 10-second cross. It's one of the more powerful moves. Oil is getting sign and switch on the 10-second chart too. Yeah, this is ripping pretty well. Oil's crushing it today. There's that. So this is kind of the line in the sand here at 72. I think it'll pop. I think it'll top it. I think it'll come up and test highs. Little wedge right there on this cup and handle. Pull back to 71.99 or 72 would look really good. Watching 2 different things at once. For oil, I think 72 is going to act as support. Pretty bullish day. Fair amount of volatility, and there's going to be a lot of volatility this week. There's the pullback to 72 on oil. This looks more like it's going to fall down a little bit more. Maybe to about 71.95 area. Exactly to 71.95. Pull right back up to 72. Joined the bid 3 contracts on oil at 72. Got out at 72.04. That was 3 times 4. 120 bucks back on oil. Trading on ETF side. Apex, I'm watching this ABCD pattern. on the ES. Which looks like it's kind of petering out some. This is the 1 minute. No, there it goes. There it goes. You get an entry off 212. Nope. I was waiting for this move for a long time. There's an entry on 212. It's pulling back to okay, we're down 2 ticks. Kind of a pretty large size upwick on there. We'll cut this quick if we have to, but I think we have room up to 15. That's a pretty large red candle there. Check this 10-second chart. I gotta cut that.
Order filled.
Gave up most of my gains on the day on Apex up to 50 or 1050. Oil still ripping, going nuts. Should have just traded oil, man. Hell with the ES. No worries, Tiny. I just appreciate you being here. Oil is going nuts. Pretty challenging trade day for me, honestly, man. Like, kind of struggling a little bit. Yeah, starting to rip again. Gonna try and get in again at 1125 area. Jeez, man, I'm trying to keep up. It's just moving fast. Setups are happening before my setup is. Like the rips are happening like before my setup's even there. Kind of filled the bottom of this too, unfortunately. On ES, I just want to see this pull back to about 1150 and bounce off that.
Order filled.
There's a pullback, but the pullbacks are heavy too. ES is almost like too much volatility today. I'm in at 3 contracts at 1150. It's pulling back to the 50 moving average. Ah, there's a red candle already. ES movement is kind of unpredictable today for me.
Order filled.
Took another contract at 11. Took it out at oh my gosh. So much range, man. Like too much range. I'm gonna put all this at 1175 to get out. Just need a 2-tick pop. Came up to break even there. It's looking less and less good. I think I'm just gonna cut it. It's got to pop right here. If it doesn't, I gotta get out. Yeah, I gotta cut. I'm out.
Order filled.
Another L. Struggling today, man. I really am. Just really, really struggling on the day here. I haven't had losing streak like this since like February. It's coming off of a winning streak too, so it's also pretty frustrating. Oil hanging out above 72.15. Nice pop there on oil. I'm still sketchy and like scared on oil, but like the ES has way too much volatility today. And I think it's gonna have a ton of volatility this week. Looks like oil's gonna come up and try and test these highs. ES looks like a short to me. I'm considering going short on the ES here at like 950 area. Going short on the ES, trying to get in at 875 on the short. No fill. Cutting that. I cut it because it looked like it was actually going to stack back up. Yes, looks like it's a short to me. What do you guys think? Trading one contract and maybe averaging in a second or third. Looks like that short would have worked out. Finding some support here on the view app. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking is 4,200 or 4,205 area. So rejection off of 9. I feel like we may come up and test this like 850 area. I feel like a short of like 850 seems kind of reasonable. Try with a single contract. Did come up and tap it. I just don't want to see like I go short and then it finds support off VWAP. One minute dropping below the 200 moving average. Basically tried to go short there off of 850 and just never got the fill. And now it's pulling back even more. Now down at 750. So missed that up. Trying to go short off 7. I want to see it pop up a little bit. Oil sold off some, back down to 72. Move my shorter up to 750. Looks like it taps 7. Should have kept it off on 7. Really been struggling just to get fills. Like I'm like seeing a lot of the moves, but just the fills themselves I've been really having a hard time with. They'll either like tap my order or not fill it, or be like one tick off. And it's been pretty consistent throughout the day, which has been pretty annoying. I fell off on my trading since last Friday. Really since last Thursday. So I was thinking 42.05 would be the test. Let's pull down to 42.04.75 and bounce off this area pretty reasonably. Account is at 892.78, down 276.50 on the day. Trailing max at 1032 on Apex. Coming up on 8:45 here. One minute VWAP there is at 207. So we're just below the VWAP on the 1 minute side. Reducing my size a lot. Going down just like a single contract. Try to go a little slower. I think the challenging part is that like if I make like $50 on a trade or something like that, it doesn't do much for me in terms of my own like emotional state. It's just kind of like, okay, $50, yay. And I think it's like it's almost a like lack of excitability or something like that. I'm sure that's the wrong phrasing and the wrong words for it, but that tends to like, it's one of those things like, how's the phrase go? It's not enticing enough to get up in the morning for. And so I think that like that's one of the challenges that I have as a trader. Get a red to yellow. Excuse me. The 1 minute chart. On what looks to be kind of a little bear flag. 200 moving average and 50 moving average are on approach for cross. We're under the VWAP at the moment. There's a pop above VWAP. All right, 9's above 12 on the 10-second chart. Currently trading at the VWAP. I think a pullback to right here. 675 or 725, sorry. Would be ideal. That'd be about 4 ticks down from where we're at now. It'd be a bounce off the 9 EMA. Not gonna get it again. The pullbacks just haven't been there today. Always really frustrating. You're just like, man, can I just get a pullback entry, please? Gonna put a standing contract here at 775. Just right on that view app. Man, just no. The lack of pullbacks really gets frustrating, man. Yeah, it doesn't get my jollies off. Exactly. And I think that's one of the reasons why I trade larger contract size. It's just like, I don't know. It's just kind of it just doesn't do much for me. Like, that's why I'm typically going for like trades that are earning me like $150 to $300, because there's more like motivation and incentivization for me, like personally. It does increase my risk, but also at the same time it increases not just my reward but my actual desire to be here and trade, if that makes sense. Kind of like $50 that I could sell an affiliate product and make that, you know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of that's why it gets a little challenging for me sometimes. I'm gonna try something a little bit different though. I'm gonna see if I can like scale into a position. There's that test of the turn again. I don't know. This looks like it's gonna pop. There's this resistance here at 925.
Order filled.
There we go. Got a single contract there at 850. There's a sell order for it up at 1025. Switching back to the 10-second chart. I'm gonna wait for this crossover here. It almost seems just like accumulating positions along the way. It almost seems like the move.
Order filled.
Made a little bit of money on that one. That was a trade from 850 up to 1025. It was a single contract though. So what was that? 7 ticks on a single. $87.50. So I think the multiplier actually motivates me a lot. We're on approach here for a 5200 cross. Got back above 210. Hell of volatility today. Hey, Lilith. I don't think I've ever seen you here before, but we love having you here. The answer, Pawn, is no. Because I've already worked jobs that have paid me 30 bucks an hour before, and that may sound super ungrateful, but I also I came from places of like really, really, really very impoverished people. Like I knew people that were very like I knew a lot of homeless people growing up. A lot of my friends were homeless. I I've been temporarily homeless myself, and I have worked jobs that paid me 30 bucks an hour. I've also ran businesses that paid me six figures a year. Um, and so it's almost like I personally feel like I'm trying to get to more of a place where I was in the past, where I was more like at the 100 to $150 an hour point. And I feel like that's where I'm trying to get to on trading is like 100 to $150 an hour. And I think that like I don't want to sound ungrateful or anything in that capacity, but $30 an hour to me is actually not enough to motivate me. Yeah, I think it would have been enough to motivate me 10 years ago. But with inflation the way that it is, 30 bucks an hour just doesn't do much, especially because for me. And the reason why is because there's a lot of places that are $15 an hour is minimum wage. Um, like and there's places now that I mean minimum wage is starting to be 17, $18 an hour, and so it's like 30 bucks an hour. You're not really much above minimum wage anymore, which is sad because when I was when I was 20 years old, 30 bucks an hour was like, man, I would have killed for a job like that. I remember being 18, 19 years old, being like, I just need to make like $15 an hour. And I remember like being stuck in my jobs paying me like eight bucks an hour at the time. And I remember really wanting that. And I eventually got to a point where I was working three jobs, two of which were paying me $10 an hour. One of which was paying me, I think, $7.50 an hour. And it was sort of a place where it was like I was working so many hours where it didn't really it just didn't make an impact. um and maybe it was short-term thinking, uh which I think that some of it definitely was. In fact, I know a lot of it was. But also at the same time, like some of my businesses in the past that have paid me like way more than that, like that actually really like got me moving, motivated in the morning. Setting an order here for
Order
1075.
filled.
Trying to take advantage of that rip. I wanted to get in a little bit lower, maybe like two ticks lower, but I'm okay with my entry point here. I'm looking for a retest here of 1275. Like I said earlier, I think we have room up to 15 on the ES, but it's just a matter of whether or not it'll actually do it. Also, too, like I noticed, like there was a point in my life where I was traveling a lot, and um, money went very differently in different places, like very, very differently. Um, like in the Pacific Northwest, like I mean, you're talking about like $15 for a regular meal at a fast food restaurant. Um, so it just really was like kind of this is one tick below my sell, or was peak there. I'm gonna take this order off, take that profit.
Order filled.
Got out at 1150, got in at 1075. So ended up with three ticks. I think five really seems like the range that I want to go with. So it's just relevant to the place that you're in. I think, because like I was in Mexico some years ago, and man, I was shocked at how much, at how far $100 will go. Like I remember, I was really shocked at how far that would go. Would $83 an hour do it for me? Is that what that says? 50. Sorry, I got a visual impairment, Lilith. $83 an hour. I think $83 an hour might do it for me. I think that would probably be enough to get me uh somewhat motivated. I think 150 is really kind of where I want to be at. Like 150 an hour is really my intention. Um I think that's really where I'm trying to get to. It's about 150 an hour, which I guess, I mean, that would just be two, like 1 to 2 trades per day. I think I overtrade for sure. No question, really. Here, let's look at this from the perspective of, let's see. Here to Millie, all right? And if we work 52 weeks, okay, that's 19 2K per week, or 19 230. We divide that by 40, so $480 an hour on a 40-hour work week. Be right around where I'd like to get to. So yeah, 480. So at 150, where I think I would actually be somewhat happy. That's 6K a week. It's on 52 weeks. It's 312. Yeah, I think I'd be happy with that, because I think I could grow off that. It's still slightly more than the most that I've ever made. Look how much data people just give away on the internet freely. My own self just giving away data about myself. I feel like this conversation feels a little bit I don't know. I don't love it. I don't love it, so I want to move on from it. $42.12 kind of seems like the line in the sand. That was the pop-up up here hit 1275, and these ones capped out at 1250. So I think 12 is a really good spot to be looking at. Almost pause on the day, almost back at break even, really. Down to down, wow. Interestingly enough, I knew a lot of people that lived in Thailand some years back, and they were like really happy off of their, like, they're like, yeah, you know, I only make like 40K a year, but it goes so far here, you know. And so it's just, I think there's a really big important factor of where you live in regards to how much money it takes to actually like get ahead, if that makes sense. I was reading over the weekend that like Singapore has one of the highest concentration of millionaires, like 17%, 17.8% of the population has a disposable, not including real estate, a disposable income of over $1 million. I was kind of shocked by that. I was like, wow, 17%, 17.8%. That was like really high amount. Check out the 1 minute chart here. We're just getting this little pullback. I was thinking of a bounce off 11. Yeah, I'll look to bounce off like 11, 1075, 11 area.
Order filled.
All right, in 3 contracts at 1075. I'm looking for a bounce to 1150. This is kind of the backside of this move. Reducing my sell order to a single tick. Came up to break even there at 1075. I was looking at this on the 1 minute time frame, but the shorter time frames actually told me a little bit more information that seems less inclined to do well on this trade. Tim's at 0.6, now 0.57. I think I might just cut this one, take the little L. I'll just see if it finds support at 42.10. It's kind of questionable. Back at break even on it. Looking for a single tick up. Just a single tick. Just stopped out there at break even. Looks a little bit better. Nine is above 12. TTM is near a cyan switch, but not there yet. And then 12 has not crossed the 26 yet. So currently it's been coming up hitting break even. TTM is near cyan. There's a cyan switch. 9 is above 12. We might get the pop up to 11. I don't know if it'll go past that. Back at break even again. Nearing that crossover, 0.13 on TTM and pulling back off that. Hopping back up. Rangy here.
Order filled.
We got that. That was a little bit of a sketchy trade. Down 60 on the day. That was a little bit of a sketchy trade. This looks better now. Yeah. Can't be scared to fail in search of perfection. It's true, man. I can remember thinking 50 or 550 was good money, working 40 hours. I remember working for, I think the lowest I ever worked, the lowest wage I was ever paid was like 575 an hour at a job. I was paid less at other places, but at an actual job. 425 used to make selling pretzels at the Bronx Zoo. Summer gig. We all need braces. This is why I'm learning to trade. Yeah, but like you can't force raises. Like you can't like force the government to push in wages, like push wages up, because in doing so, all you do is push up the prices of everything else. And the thing of it is that when you push up minimum wage, not everyone else is going to get that cost of living increase. And so, like for example, if minimum wage is $15 an hour, what was once a $20 an hour job was a good job when minimum wage was $10 an hour or $8 an hour. But now that minimum wage is say $15 an hour and you went from 20 to 21, like your gap, like you actually lost $4 an hour. Like so you lost a pretty major chunk of cash uh because minimum wage went up and you were already above that. And so that's one of the biggest issues with that whole concept. I believe personally believe that we need a minimum wage. And I don't want to get into policy and politics. But just from an economic standpoint, like if minimum wage raises but the other wages don't go up with it, then it's creating actually more lower class, more broke people over time. It's just this sort of progressive realization towards lower income over time. And because what will end up happening is that if you push up minimum wage in a certain area, then the cost of goods is going to go up substantially. The cost of rents is going to go up substantially, and the cost of all the other services are going to go up substantially. So the cost of goods, services, and rent, goods, services, and housing is all going to go up across the board. But the people who were once making a reasonable wage at that 20, 30 bucks an hour or something like that, now all of a sudden they're making the same amount of money or slightly more, while the cost of everything in that area is going to go up more than what their raise of say $1 an hour might have been. And that $1 an hour, that's not a small raise. That's a pretty large raise, because you're adding an additional $40 a week. 4 times 4 is an additional $160 a month, roughly. And so, I mean, like, you're adding over $2,000 to their annual income. It's a pretty good chunk of change. But at the same time, if everything else on your annual spend went up $4,000, you actually lost $2,000. So it's just a matter of like being able to like consider it, like considering all aspects of things. Economics is kind of funny because it's like one thing affects another, you know? It's a consistent domino. Nice, dude. Up $200 a day. Badass. What's up with the oil? Is this still ripping? Oil's here at 72 and some change. Oil's held 72 pretty consistently through a lot of the day. I took a pretty fat L on ETF right at the open. Oil looks like it's about to drop. Oil does have this this channel flag here. Oil looks like it's near the drop. The ES is... The really high volatility on the ES today has been maybe not really wanting to trade it. Little pop there on the yes. Took a 3 contracts short on my other Apex account. We got that
Order filled.
trade to sell all 3. Yeah. So up 103.50 in Apex account 2. On that very quick short. I think 3 and 3 really is kind of just my bread and butter. Just need to stick with it. No, we don't know. You guys come popping back up some. And pulling back some. Checking out oil. Oil is kind of on the decline. It did drop below 72. We're coming up at 9:30 here. And I look at walking away from the stream at this point, or shutting it down. Currently, we are up on, let's see. So Elite Trader Funding, we're down a lot in that account. ETF, we're down 966.14 in the ETF 50K. Got hit pretty hard on that first trade and just couldn't come back from it. ETF 100K, we're up slightly at $14. Apex down slightly at 60, and Apex 2 up slightly at 103. So kind of mixed results on the day. This is actually looking pretty decent. This pullback here followed by this pop. Let's take a look at the 20-second chart. 20 seconds getting a cyan switch. 9's above 12. There's a little crossover there. Looking at an entry.
Order
so
filled.
3 contracts at 1075. Looking to get out at 1150. There's a fair amount of resistance here at 11. Nine is above 12. 35, and so the 9 crossed the. Ooh, wow. That went against us pretty fast. I took this based off of the moving average crossover here, as well as the TTM stack. The resistance at 11 was pretty heavy. Nine is still above 12 on and above 26. Hop right back up to break even.
Order filled.
So we're gonna additional contract at 1025. That one is a just a single order. That one's trying to get out at 1050. It's the 2 ticker. Or yeah, 1075. That's what I meant to say. Might need to cut it though. 9 just dipped below 12 on the 20-second moving average. Yeah, I'm gonna have to cut it. Cutting that.
Order filled.
Rough day for me today. That actually put me down 497 from being down 60. Wow. So that was actually pretty hefty hit on that one. So all right, having said all that, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down on the day. Just challenging day for me. Much love and appreciation, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. Thank you so much for being here. Please take a moment to like the video, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications if you haven't already. And we'll see you tomorrow, 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 market time. And if y'all are trying to earn funding in the futures market, check out the links in the description to grab yourself an exclusive discount that is available only to you. I think Apex is 80% off right now. So check out a link to that and use the coupon code in the description to get access to those discounts there. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And we'll see you in the Discord community right now, where I will post my results on the day. Much love and appreciation, y'all. Peace out.